right. 1 second.
Wait, before we start, how do we know? Are you going to tell us the person we're assigned to at the end?
No. After today, like this is not due for a few weeks. So
Okay.
I will post it in Blackboard. Everybody's name, the speaker's name, and then the evaluator's names.
Okay.
And so you just go through and look where's your evaluation name, where you are in the evaluation process. Okay. Get your speech, Jen. Okay. Okay. You ready, Jen? Jen's going first, right? Okay, she's on a put your voice on, and then that will switch you into Shira.
Okay. Okay. Imagine planning for a long time, going out to eat with a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. And when that day finally comes, you both get there, sit at the table with that person, and that person is only texting on the phone the whole time and rarely paying attention to you because they're too focused on responding to text. What a disappointment, right? Like, am I the only one that has like happened to? I am annoyed when people talk on their cell phone while you are eating with them because it can affect them mentally, socially, and can cause risks to others. I am annoyed when people talk on their cell phone while you're eating with them because it can affect them mentally. This is a problem because excessive use of cell phones is causing severe headaches. The amount of screen time can irritate any associated light sensitivity. Eye fatigue, brilliance, blue light can be throbbing pains in the head. The author Marx Paris confirms in his article, in part due to addictive engagement metrics that people take as an indication of their self worth, has caused harmful mental health effects, especially on teenagers. This is also a problem because when someone is addicted to their cell phone, they can suddenly feel loneliness. Loneliness is felt when that person is used to being on the phone and all of a sudden they don't have it and I feel like a piece of them is missing. I am annoyed when people talk on their cell phone while you are eating with them because it can affect them socially. This is a problem because it can decrease communication skills, it can destroy the connection that you share within relationships. The more time people spend on watching the screen, the less time you spend interacting with others in the real world. This can be a problem because it stops them from establishing interpersonal connections too. Instead of having conversations together about anything, one or both rather be on the phone and checking what's going on social media. I am annoyed when people talk on their cell phone while you are eating with them because it can affect and cause risk to others. It affects young kids' minds by not getting the attention they need at the table. This can become a huge problem because kids will focus more on their screens instead of paying attention to what they're eating and the amount they're consuming. Parents should set rules and routines for the use of these devices. In agreement with Dr. Sigmund, he said parents need to act as good role models for youngsters by having screen free dinners and not allowing their technology to amputate family conversations. After all, my pet peeve was about people who talk on their phone while eating with someone, and this can affect them mentally, socially, and cause risk to others. If you are one of these people, please be mindful that no one wants to go out and be left out. I hope this helps and understand how cherishing time is the best with loved ones. Dr. Sigmund said there's comes a point where what goes on at home affects children's well-being at school too. And the only ones who can help these children are us as an adult and set the example for them to learn from.
Good. All right. Any questions? Anybody want to ask any questions of Jen? Jen, tell us about who is Dr. Sigmund? Who is that?
He was in one of my articles that I found. I think it was on Sarah Harris's article that one of the librarians sent to me,
Okay.
and then she
So
mentioned him.
is
I
he
guess.
is it a lady or a man? It's a man, right?
Yeah, it's a guy.
Okay, so is he a famous or well-known psychologist or
It did say in the article in the like in the beginning and the middle, but I kind of forgot.
okay, so that's for all of us to remember when we cite sources, if the person is not well known, like if I were to say, according to, in the words of the greatest Muhammad Ali, and then I cited the quote, just about everybody knows who is Muhammad Ali, right? So you wouldn't have to tell us. But for people that we don't really know who they are, then you have to set us up a little bit. So you might say something like a well known psychologist at Rutgers University, Dr. Sigmund says, and then tell us. That lends more credibility to your actual um, your source that you're talking about. Okay. Because if we don't know who you're talking about, we might not believe. We were like, so who is he? We don't care what he says. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to set up your source. Okay, good job. No questions, anybody? Here's Susie. Let's admit Susie. Okay. Good job. All right. Who would like to go next? Nobody? All right, I have to pick you. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just student by the toe. If she hollers, let her go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Tashira, you're it. All right. Tashira, is your name Tashira or Tyshira?
It's Tyra.
Tyshira, okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for you, my dear.
Okay. Imagine it is Christmas time and your grandma gives you, I don't know, $50 to $100, and your mom grabs the money before it can even touch your palm and says, "I'm going to hold it for you so you won't lose it." Well, every kid knows that's a lie because we will never see that money again. But our parents told us that little white lie every holiday or birthday until we were old enough to understand the game they were playing. This one line became a big pet peeve for me. I'm annoyed with liars because they are manipulative, selfish, and inconsiderate. I am annoyed by liars because people who lie about big things can be very manipulative. This is a big problem for me because I need to be around people I can trust. A manipulative person tends to change their behaviors and feelings depending on the person or situation. One wants to be around, no one wants to be around someone whose intentions aren't good and trustworthy. Trustworthy people have integrity and they are authentic and are the best people to have around, in my opinion. This is also a problem for me because being manipulated can affect my mental health. I think being manipulated and dependent on a situation can affect anyone's mental health, honestly. No one wants to be around a person that affects their mental state or hurts them. I'm gonna know about lies because they make a situation so much worse and are very immature. Lying is immature because that was something we did as kids to get in trouble. A lot of liars start by lying as a kid. Most of us have lied to our moms when we were younger about cleaning up our rooms or even something as simple as taking out the meat they told us to do hours before they got home. And what did we do? We 30 minutes until our parents arrived to take it out and told them something else. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. The older people get, the easier it is for them to lie and make it believable. Liars make a situation worse because you always have to make up a new lie for the old one. People who lie about big things tend to think they're helping the situation by sparing one's feeling. I found research from 3 psychologists that said people are frequently dishonest and they often believe that their own and others' honesty is justified. I know about liars because they can damage one's reputation or name for themselves and is inconsiderate. Being lied to, depending on the situation, can make or break someone's life. From someone losing a job, being kicked out of a school or institution, or worse, being arrested, or just simply having an emotional change. Everyone deserves to hear and know the truth, no matter how painful it can be. Butler and Barger once said, deception is a part of social justice that involves mutual exchange and feedback between the liar and the receiver. Liars monitor the receiver to discern if the story is accepted as true, to strategically and consistently manage information and behavior to make sure they have a truthful demeanor. Lying is a bad habit that is passed to our generations in different forms like gossip. Most of the time, gossip does not have the correct information because it was passed down so many times. Remember, no matter how hard it is to tell the truth, always say it because lies can do more harm than good. You know that my pet peeves is liars. Is liars? I'm sorry. You know that my pet peeves are liars because they are manipulative, immature, and inconsiderate. If you are a liar, the good news is there's still hope. You wouldn't like being lied to, big or small, or maybe you do, but lying to people in any circumstances leads to many more contrasting things that could have been avoided. Imagine someone lying to your little sister and brother about something that affected them and hurt their feelings, and they came to you. How would you feel then? So the next time you find yourself about to say a lie or even try to throw in a little white lie, remember that thought and feeling of your loved ones going through, or better yet, yourself, and try to break down the reasoning as to why you feel led to lie. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Tashira. Any questions for Tashira? Can you tell when somebody's lying to you, Tashira?
I think I can. If you're a really good liar, maybe not, but I feel like not. Lots of people aren't good liars.
Yeah. And remember, we talked about in class some of the
Mhm.
signs you can look at to see. They don't always mean that, but sometimes we can look closely and detect some signals that look a little shady. All righty. 2 down, 2, 3 to go. What happened to Susie? Okay, Erica, ready?
Yes.
And if you happen not to have the notes, but I think you should write some notes down, even if you don't have this paper, you can go in your blackboard and just write down some things so that you'll have something constructive to say to your classmates. And again, you will be able to, oh shoot, stop the recording.